Good evening, everybody, and welcome into a fine midnight here on WG Streams. And for these short, almost 2 hours, I'm gonna just play a little bit of Splatoon 3. It's a tough decision because I couldn't decide if I wanted to play some fighting games for today. I was like, you know what? Next weekend, the following weekend being Splatfest, I was like, you know what? I definitely want to play some fighting games in the middle of the week next week. Even out, spread that pace for. Got a whole lot to be done for Splatfest weekend, so there'll be plenty of Splatoon time later. I'm like, yeah, let's get a little bit of Splatoon time in right now. So especially since I'll be spending Tuesday, having a nice, as much time playing Outlaws of Thunder Junction in Magic the Gathering. So with that, I have to go actually grab my food off the stove before it burns. New profile picture, ooh. New profile picture, same old Angry Seahawks fan. Fair enough, fair enough. Let me be right back though. Let me make sure I didn't burn my food. I have dinner, you know. Alright, we are in great condition because not only did it not burn, but it actually kind of cooked perfectly. So, I love when that happens. In the last minute notice where I was setting things up and set up the stream for Friday, turned on this one, read an email, had to respond to it at some point, checking out a friend's YouTube channel. So, seems like he's got to get his audio issues down packed. But once he does, I'd love to promote his channel. So, here's up to Control Players Unite. By a friend of mine for Pokemon TCG content is what he's gonna be doing. So if you want to spread the word on him, on him about that, for that contact, that channel, everything, and or the above. So Brayden, how you doing today? Good to see you. And also, what exactly? Ah, you're here already. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Good to see you. Doing okay? Nice, nice. What exactly is your PFP? Is it? Is related to Halo, or is it? Because it's Skull-like thing to it. Almost kind of makes me think of the one of the Modern Warfare characters a bit. But I know you'll be able to tell me what it is. It is okay. I was like, no, okay. I was like, that's I don't recall any VST stuff doing that, but oh, you put pixel glasses on him. Nice, classic pixel glasses. One of these days, I'll eventually like put some WD-40 on the squeaky chair. It is squeaky tonight. So, hey there, Mister. You know, what kind of code name can I call you by there, Mister CPU Control Player Unite? That's a okay. That's a pretty good. What's that called? I'm blanking on the word. There's some pretty good initials you got there for the channel. When I first saw like Unite, it made me think of Pokemon Unite, which I played plenty of here. Okay, let me try to get my chat box exactly where I liked it. So that little heart emotion. Yeah, rest in peace, Splatoon 1. You know, I'll have to go back over to the Splatoon 1 lobby soon. I got so used to the Splatoon 2 lobby, I'm like, putting more time in than I mean to. Ah, I should have done a bit more of side order tonight. Yeah, doing side order. Dude, that would have been awesome. Red as in like the trainer, the game. Little Pokemon Red. Yeah, we can go with that. We can go with red. That sounds good. Being Red MTG player myself, and we know Mr. Blue, I think it's very fitting. So alright then. Red of red CPU. Yeah, that does work. Combine them in some way. Red CPU. Go for that. There's also Lil Blue who shows up. So, we'll find. We'll figure it. We got some foundations. We can work with that, ease into it. No doubt, no doubt. We'll just see how the flow goes from there. Reinstalled it. Wow, man. Like, all the Wonder Crust stuff that I finally, I was like, oh, I didn't know there was all this extra Wonder Crust stuff. I finally went and, like, oh, I could just, boop, just unlock. I already had enough points for everything. Alright, let's get the daily. So... I wonder if the salmon run's pretty good. Oh, Red, you probably would like the DLC stories for Splatoon. Well, heck, the storyline, just for the main storyline for Splatoon 3 is just really great in general. I think you'd like... I wouldn't say there's too much philosophical stuff to it, but I think you would like the story points that go along with it for Splatoon 3. And the DLCs from Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3 are related. Both kind of have to deal with dystopian AI that thinks it knows better. That kind of falls into a trope, but I would recommend looking into it a bit. No, for the DLC here in Splatoon 3, I don't know how you feel about cyberpunkish kind of stuff. And it's like super light cyber-ish relations. But alright, I'll hop right into it with my main weapon. Ooh, maybe in a little bit I can go with the other weapon. Look it up in a sec. Cool, take your time, no rush. But yeah, you would probably want to look into like Splatoon 3, Alterna is like the main story. And of course, Side Order is the name of the DLC. It has to deal with a world of order that never changes. Kind of almost accidentally born out of a selfish wish in someone's heart. It takes over her good intentions. I could go on and explain it a bunch myself, but sometimes it's fun to read into it. The way that sentence is structured there, Braden, it almost sounds like they only eat up 2 gigabytes. I feel like, as far as RAM is concerned, they would definitely eat up more than 2 gigs. And we all know the hard drive they eat up way more than 2 gigs. But I get what you mean. Yeah, Western games are just bloated. They just absorb gigabytes from hard drives like it's nothing. I almost wasn't paying attention to the mode. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Rainmaker. Sweet. surprised he approached like that. Just noise him up here so we can get captured. That's good. 91 gigabytes, man. That's a lot. I tried playing a little bit of the Star Wars like Battlefront remakes. I had that Star Wars like Battlefront from however long ago took up like over 100, like I think 110 gigs. And I was playing it on PlayStation 4, which took an incredible amount of hard drive space. It was good, it was fun to play, but man, that amount of space it took up just felt so unnecessary. Throw a block off for the team. Chase him in. I'm surprised he got me over the corner like that, but I played him apart. Never mind, no jumping. Special again. Get the push going? Alright, we'll hop in. Took one with me, that helps. You had to restart? Oh my. What? It didn't register? Oh my gosh, man. Technology is not purely infallible, right? Okay, they're gonna get their capture. Fine. Hey, Mr. Red Control, if you're still around, maybe at some point we'll have to do some collaborative card game streams. Kind of intermixed playtime of Pokemon TCG, a little bit of MTG, same stream even. Actually, it's just Pokemon would be fine. I like the Pokemon trading card game. I haven't got to play as much of it as I would like, and I was not as good at it as one would kind of expect. It was almost laughable how bad I was. Okay, let's get them two out. I do still play MTG on occasion. For a little while there I wasn't playing it. And I've been like on and off with it. With the upcoming set next Tuesday, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, a complete Western style set for the game. I'm all about it. I'm definitely looking into playing a whole bunch of them. That set's a bit pushed. Has really good cards. I'm looking into updating. Looking to updating a few of Professor's decks. With a few cards that are in this upcoming set, so I can play some of the styles he likes, as well as the ones I like as well, because some of them overlap. Like this blue-red deck, like there's this red card, oh, it's going to make Professor's blue-red deck just sparkle like the sun. And we're done. Nice. It actually really did. But they changed their release schedule, that's why. They kind of, instead of having things spread out like they did, they kind of accordioned it and kind of scrunched it together a bit. So there's 4 sets more tightly packed together, and they have a lull over the summer until fall comes back around. So... I got to thinking though. I was like, maybe if we had a collaborative thing that was just Pokemon TCG, you could have it here, you could record it, Like, I could actually use a record function on my computer for once and give you the video, and you can take it back and edit what you like. Or even do stuff, both of us streaming at the same time in a game. So, ideas for probably far off in the future. I know you got to get your content creating legs going. Not that I create much here myself, but hey, work at it. Just do what suits you. Make the stuff you want to make. Remember, don't chase numbers. I know I said that before. That's for everyone out there too. For everyone out there. So here's about the quote, Murders at Karlov Manor did just release in like January, so it kind of had all of like February and March to be played out, and now we're kind of getting to the middle of April for the final set. So what they did is they changed the release schedule, so there's like one in September, then there's one kind of around like November, then one in like January, and like one in April, and then there's a lull over the summer until fall comes back around. They also did adjust it so that standard rotates every 3 years instead of every 2 years. But when it rotates one per year, I mean, in essence, so does Magic the Gathering. Standard changes once a year when a thing comes out. But like, let's say, for example, the set that releases in September is going to be around for 3 years. And basically, like, the sets that follow that September set, you know, in the November, January, April, those sets will be around for effectively 3 years. They'll be around for a while, but there's still a rotation that's basically going to occur yearly. PTCG. That's a mouthful. That's like a tongue twister. Brayden can tell you a bit about the PTCG. Oh, I'm gonna dyslexia that so hard. It's not gonna be fun or fair. Just rotated in March. Wow. It bounced off the sign. I did not intend for that. Come on, baby! All four! Got the wipeout! Yeah! Feels good. Oh, that was laggy. I forgot to ask that last time, Bray. How long has it been since you played? Good shot there. I didn't get away in time. That person, oh, they played that Rainmaker shot very well. So I guess that begs the question, like, you know, for Brayden, did you play console? Did you play in paper? Did you play frequently? Did you play in the online? And I guess it's all the questions I can remember. Pre-release 2021. Ah. I've only played in one pre-release, and that was to go get a good old Alakazam card for the Professor. He wasn't going to have the chance to attend the Pokemon pre-release on his own. So I was like, I'll go. I have no idea how to play, but I'll go. I'll try and get you that card. And then I found somebody who I opened a few good 1 or 2 EX cards of my own, but someone else had got the Alakazam card, Alakazam GX, and they weren't looking to keep it. That's not a card they were interested in. So I was like, trades, and we got it done. I was like, sweet, mission accomplished. I got a singleton card for the Professor. I want to say it was around that time frame too. At least it feels like. Maybe it was a bit earlier than that, but still. 2021, so that was almost like, yeah, it's 3 years ago, huh? Oh, they got away from me. They're still technically in control of it, so yeah, they win. Red computer. That was making me think of Smash Brothers. Red team. How long have you been at playing a Pokemon now? And is your main way of playing it on the online program? Or you get some good paper time in too, in-person stuff? There's always paper for you, Brayden? Fair enough. I was always a paper player for Magic, because I was big and I never played any Moto at all. Now I play plenty of Arena and I'm like, yeah, I need to I'm like, man, I don't play any paper. Just funny enough. Maybe I always could one day, you never know. Research playing for fair, yeah. Getting the actual squares, the fine luxury cardboard rectangles. Shout out to that. Whatever his channel name goes by, I used to know him as Perp MTG. Now he's Purple. Because they thought about adding an extra color to Magic, Purple, but they never did. He's Magic Historian or something? Anyways. He always calls his viewers the owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, and yeah. All digital free to play. No microtransactions, nice. Easy to acquire the cards you want. It's pretty good that being able to do free-to-play still gets you the ability to kind of get all that you need. I do think that the Pokemon TCG has a really cool thing where it's if you buy a real pack of cards, you can also then get a pack in the online. So that, I feel, is just a genius maneuver. In essence, kind of, sort of, yes. To answer the MTG digital cards thing. That person. Alright, say, let's paint their feet so they can't move and get away, and then... Can we get there? My code is lying around somewhere. Oh man. So let's see. In the Moto format, there is like an in-game currency called ticks, or like short for tickets. And basically, one ticket is $1. And so you use the ticks to buy into drafts, or yes, buy or trade cards, stuff like that. The marketplace, because you don't directly buy from, say, like WotC itself or something. Yeah. Because you can trade, I think, the ticks to other players or to online vendors and stuff like that in Moto. I don't know exactly how it works, but the ticks exist. They're a separate currency, in-game currency. One tick's $1, kind of straightforward, right? But the value of these digital cards that you kind of actually own and can trade and all that stuff is different from paper cards. So a card that might be $10, you know, in person, IRL, made of actual trees, might only be, say, $2 online, if probably even less, you know? Get this, right? A Black Lotus, the most iconic card in all of Magic the Gathering, tens of thousands of dollars. If it's like mint 10, it's like $35,000, right? You can get one online on Moto for $190 something, maybe $100 something, maybe a little bit less than that now. So that makes it actually kind of obtainable. Still rather moderately expensive, mind you, but the vast difference, you know. $50 card could only be $20, if not even less. It all depends. The online marketplace is vastly different there in Moto. Now, in a Magic the Gathering Arena, their more modern thing, there's no... what's the word? Like, there's no way to trade or buy specific cards. There is that in-game currency and the microtransaction style with their coins and gems system, but there's no, like, economy in the game, pretty much. So you still kind of like can purchase into like stuff there on the arena, but you don't like own anything. So it's a little bit less of like you don't exactly buy cards there. You just hope you get them. You trade in wild cards to make what you need. No, they couldn't get there. Nice. So, yeah, it's a real give and take to Magic the Gathering and its digital formats. But it worked pretty well. It's good for getting them drafts or seals in. It's kind of cheaper to play on Arena than it is in paper, really. Like, for example, it technically takes, what, 2,000 gems? 2,000 gems on Arena to play a sealed pool. And the gems are basically like half a penny. So that would be like, it's only $10 to play a sealed pool on Arena, where typically that's like a $25 event IRL. You're saving $15 by just playing online. So there's some give and take there. All right, I'll play one more match with my traditional end zap and my Splatoon 2 gear, and I'm going to try and change it up a bit. Swap weapons, swap gear, and all that. So now I want to say that I don't think Moto has any sort of onboarding, like free way to play the old Mitgo Magic the Gathering Online, whereas Magic the Gathering Arena does have onboarding where you can kind of just play and grind things out and slowly acquire. You don't have to, quote, buy in to it per se. So you say Arena looks fantastic, at least. True. It used to operate very poorly, while being graphically great looking. But yeah, now they've finally got that under control. It doesn't crash as much, doesn't do all the other bad things, and yeah, aesthetically it It is great. In fact, they've added a lot more like animations to it than I would say one even needs, and you can turn those off. You can turn off those animations so that way, you know, they don't have to bother you or anything. They're cool to have, though. How's Arena's shuffling system been? Now that has been a problem that they've never fixed. Not because they ever say that there's a problem with it, mind you. Pull that. Wait. Still got anyways. Also have shuffling issues. Yeah, they're... People have been, like, doing everything they can to, like, document about the Arena Shuffler. They're like, yeah, the Arena Shuffler's acting up, so I'm playing this, like, this deck that you'd probably play 23 lands in, you know, IRL. I'm playing it with 17 lands because the Arena Shuffler's been wonky lately. So, yeah, people kind of figure out that, like, algorithmically, it's just kind of better for them to, don't mind me, I'm just gonna push this right now. Good trade. So, I myself, I notice a lot of cards clumping up. Like, it'll give me, like, doubles or triples of cards or whatever it feels like. I'll keep seeing certain things and never see certain things, and it's like, I never see that much doubling over. I've played a deck. Like, I've played aggro decks where I have, like, for this. I basically have, like, 16 creatures and I just 4 play sets, right? 4 copies of 4 different creatures, and even I wouldn't see that many doubles in my opening hand all the time. Or there are games on Arena where I just draw 7 lands in a row. I'm like, I never see this kind of stuff happen IRL. So the Arena Shuffler, yeah, has its issues. Sad to hear that, like, Pokemon TCG does have its issues too. I'm reminded of a 7 wins in a row. Yeah, oh yeah, I've done that. That's happened a good number of times here on these streams, where I've actually streamed Magic here. It's just like, oh, I drew a land. Oh, I drew a land. I'm gonna play a spell where I draw cards. I drew a land. I'm gonna scry. It's a land. We've gone through the ringers on that. You might have even been here for some of them, Brayden. If you were, you know, you might have been busy playing some games at the time, but. Oh, we've been there. You've never noticed, man. Good. I'm glad you never noticed. I'm sorry I had to break the illusion to you. Sorry I had to break the bad news that it's been that way sometimes and you need to notice. But yeah, maybe some of these I'm not surprised Arena has its issues, because they had some people that were hired at NASA, and they obviously are doing some algorithmic things. And I guess I would almost hope that, like, Pokemon Live stuff, they are just, what's the word? Dude, that's the second wipe we got. Someone else can carry it. I'll go play aggro for the team. Alright, where were we? But I would almost expect that, like, Pokemon Live wouldn't have those kind of issues. Like, they aren't doing, like, hopefully not trying to do things algorithmically, and might be able to just have a nice, clean randomizer system, shuffling system, and all that. But, dude, look, that person was so mad. That Hydra was so mad. It's hilarious. They've got a long way to go though, so they've got 1 minute to do it. Not even a full minute. Oops. I swam forward. Got my revenge! Man. Anyways. Quote, Steve Jobs. The old Apple, like, iPod, iTunes shufflers. People were mad with it and they had problems with it, but that's because Jobs was quoted for saying, we made it too random. We allowed it to be pure random. So that pure random, really got to people. They were not happy about it. I was like, I don't know. I beg to differ because when I had using iTunes, then maybe when I used it was after this event had occurred about it being too random. But the iTunes shuffler had an issue where it would try to play you, if you put things on shuffle, it would try to play you songs that you seem to gravitate and liked more, like you listen to more often. Well, I never did anything but listen to the songs in a shuffled order, just let it play out randomly. So after a while, like it would play a couple songs, and then all of it's video game music, but it would play a couple songs, and then it'd be like, okay, I'm going to play this one again because you've listened to it before. And then it would go a couple more songs and play one that's been played before. So it started actively replaying songs that have been played before without giving everything else a chance to play out. So it wasn't doing like a true random, it started doing like a favoritism kind of thing. Like, oh, anything that's been listened to once already is going to be played, have a higher percentage of being played again over something that said 0. So I had songs, I noticed, I'm like, wait, I just heard this one. And there were songs that were starting to be played a second or third time because they've already been listened to before over songs in the shuffler that hadn't even been played once yet. So I was like, man, this isn't random. And I looked for options of ways to turn that off, and I never found anything. So I felt like that might have been the issue, but I don't know when all the timing that was. But it was funny to know. I'm like, wow. Why would you program that in there like that? That creates like a sort of like a mathed out confirmation bias. It's been listened to, play it again. Or make sure to play it again sooner than other things. In that essence, the algorithm is almost leading someone, and it's almost guiding and creating what someone is listening to rather than them organically having their own naturally cultivated, self-decided, list of songs that they actually do listen to the most. Granted. So what other shuffling system barely works? Boy, this one's gonna be a good one, isn't it? Alright, let me see what we got here. Gear can I throw on? These shades are hilarious, by the way. These new ones. My regulars. This is also not a bad setup for things. Play some of that, like that weapon. First, let me see if I have enough stuff for this one set. Spotify, huh? Shuffles to keep tone consistent. There's more than one way to cook an egg, but that's certainly interesting. These are so interesting. Alright, where'd it go? There they are. There's the honorary I didn't know the proper weapon. Granted, the OG Splash was the main weapon that would be used. However, I already have a build for that. Reason to be more of a ballpoint player. So let's see if I have enough stuff to get this gear up and running. Where's my make sure I have enough here. This Jackson would. Don't think it's totally random. Understandable, yeah. More than likely isn't. I would like to know what a true, pure random thing actually looks like. That cost me half of what I got. 1, 2, 3. I got enough. For the run, at least. Batman. I could consider... Next one. Oh, more or less the same. All the same difference. Oh, I gotta throw a shell on this one. Okay, hold up. Boost the star power. Oh, I'm not allowed to add it until I've added the other one. I'm not paying attention. It's late night. Hey, it's late night. This is a 15.7%er, and it's a barrel-aged coconut stout. Delicious. Thank you, 3 Floats, for making delicious stuff. God, I can actually taste that coconut. So it goes what? So it's gonna be Run, Ink Saver, and Intensify Action. The keys you go to, but it's not perfect. Yeah, nothing really is. But if you use something that at least aligns to you well and works well enough for in a way for you, then that's what's gonna matter. Where did I get it? I got this down at right now. I got it down at Banksville Beer. I was at Banksville Beer, and it's on the pricier side, just so you know. But Banksville Beer has probably like the best prices around, really good selection for their small size. And this ended up being, I want to say, $25.99 for the 4-pack. Well, of course, before tax. It's only a 4-pack, and it was $25.99, but it's also by 3 Floyds, and of course, it's you heard me mention, a 15.7%er for a barrel-aged coconut stout. So no wonder it was like $25.99, because there was recently just a 6-pack of a coffee stout, 3 Floyds, that has I think it's called Wig Splitter, and it was like in roughly 8 point something percent coffee stout. That was really delicious, but it was a 6-pack, and it was far less. It was only like $12.99 for this 6-pack. So, but 3 Floyds is now available out here in Pennsylvania. I don't know how many distributors are carrying it. Probably all distributors should be carrying it, because it is one of the most popular brewing companies here in America. Their Zombie Dust IPA was like number 5 IPA in the world for a long time. Maybe it still is. They have like a one-year event called related to their drink that they basically have like a Willy Wonka style access event to it. You gotta get that golden ticket, Which one to be there out there for that? But yeah, I think I don't know how many are left in the store down in Banksville, but this one is called. Let me think if I can remember the name. I remember now. This one is called Cocoa Mungo, and Yeah, Coco Mungo is the name of this one. So it's 3 Floyds, 3 space Floyds is the brewery name. This one in particular is Tokamungo. Hope you get your hands on some. Cheers to you. There's also other good stuff that you could have at the same time down there at Banksville. There's a Hitchhiker Cococino, which also has, it's a stout that has like cocoa nibs, coconut in it, maybe some milk sugar, if you're able to have some of that stuff. 1 or 2 other flavors are in there too. So Hitchhiker makes some really good things. So yeah, I can hook you up. I can tell you what to get. You know, maybe set stuff aside for you or anything. Just let me know. All right. Fun fact. Get rid of skin rarities. Maybe that could be a good thing for them. Maybe. Okay, and then that one was set. Oh, I gotta set the main ability. I believe is set to Thermal Ink. Thermal Ink does help out very well with the ball point. Because if you manage to just be like, hit them with even the slightest bit of hit, and it's like, oh, now you can tell if they're trying to hide behind a wall or whatnot. It's like, oh, you think you're being sneaky, huh? That. Do it. And just run, saver. Got it. Easy peasy. Yeah, and to add to that, Red, with what Braden is saying, rarity in Fortnite is twofold. When you're actually like playing in game, you've got the weapons. You know, something that's higher in rarities, obviously, you're less likely to bump into or find at random. The rarities, when it comes to their cosmetics, would like he said, would basically just determine the price. Something that is lower in rarity might be cheaper, while something that is higher in rarity will be a little bit more expensive. The rarity for those cosmetics was, like I said, basically just to give you a pricing guideline, more so than anything. But then he said they're doing away with it, so I wonder what that's going to be. I wonder what the next collaborative... Oh, they did Korra, right? Korra of Avatar? Because I'm wondering what the next collaborative kind of cosmetics are going to be. Red. Mr. Red Computer. They had, I don't know how you feel about them, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were recently a collaborative effort with Fortnite. And I got the turtle pack. I got all 4 of them. I was only going to get 1, but I got all 4 to help other people, like, make sure there'd be less confusion. And they eventually added Splinter and Shredder, and I got the Shredder stuff, though. I had to get it. Had to get it. So I made sure to, like, buy the, like, little mini battle pass that featured Shredder. Got that. Collected all the Shredder stuff. Got both Shredder and Super Shredder, their related items. Did all the stuff where I got, now you can have Krang as a backpack in the Fortnite, so... It is kind of fun to play as Donatello every now and again, too. Especially when you can play with the whole squad and everyone's being one of the turtles. Yeah, backpack Krang is hilarious. I'll have to try and find a little bit of room to, like, fit in some Fortnite, because this game is kind of fun. Fun little shooter. I've had fun with it with friends. It's more fun to play with friends than it is to play alone. I'm not like, playing alone, don't care, but we like to play with the good old OG24 Brad. If you are a fan of Fortnite content, well, he doesn't do much Fortnite content anymore other than posting a short every now and again, but YouTube Shorts. Check out OG24 Brad at OG24 Brad here on YouTube. So give him a check if you need some ideas on how to, when you're down to that 1v1, how you're going to win a game. He's posting some good stuff. I can imagine he's on that grind, so Yeah, we did play a little bit and had some Ninja Turtles, and Galactic plays that a lot too, so I wouldn't mind playing with him and Brad and you there, Braden, and anyone who plays it. And just that game's way more fun when you can just howl around, say stuff. Like, dude, when you can be a Ninja Turtle who's shooting at Peter Griffin, you're living it up. You're living it up. Like, Epic knows what they are doing. All right. Which game? Well, we were talking about that Fortnite. Because Fortnite now has so much money, they don't mind paying out license stuff to have all this collaborative stuff in their game. Right, you thought it was like a separate TMNT game? Right, I got it. I got you, man. I totally understood that. What was the last TMNT game? Before there was like TMNT Shredder's Revenge, the pixelated side-scrolling beat 'em up. There hadn't been many Turtles games, in a while. I think they were gonna be making another one recently. But I wonder, man, how long is Turtles gonna last? That stuff's gonna be around forever, isn't it? And there was a recent movie, but I don't know how good it was. It was probably just mediocre. Now, I was surprised to hear that. I think Seth Rogen was like the director or executive producer. Not Seth Rogen? No, I think I had it right. Seth Rogen, yeah. Yeah, you thought it was at least fun? That's good. Come on, stand up. Landing on top of it. They beat us! Oh no! That person got down. Exit. They got me? Man, they got lucky. Ballpoint pen. Fountain ballpoint pen. Wait, that's not correct. Yeah, get down. Your speed boost was unnecessary anyways. I don't know why they took brushes and gave them a buff of running faster. That was probably one of the dumbest things they've done in a while. But it was only 3%. It was more than enough. You might as well give them 100%. They only just now came back to me? Alright. Spider-Verse in terms of animation. Well, probably done by the same studio then. Same people, same studio. That look can be pretty good. And that style of cel-shaded animation did do a very good job of giving that like comic book feel, and actually having like comic book style paneling like mid-movie. Pretty genius. Different, huh? So they were like copies. We're probably going to win this one out in the end. And I'm surprised it was different studios and different distributors. I think there was actually some actual differences there. Not the same, was surprising, but that like sort of like cross medium of like comic book stylizations in that movie, it made perfect sense, especially since it was about like multiversal, like that cross between comic book and movie in a multiverse movie makes even more sense, you know, aesthetically speaking. Wait, is Paramount not owned by Sony? I know Paramount's a subdivision of a bigger conglomerate. Maybe Paramount's Disney? No, that would be like Universal. Paramount's part of Universal, right? Viacom. Yeah, that's it. Fox is now Disney. Marvel's not Disney. So Viacom, yeah, that makes sense. Viacom, Nickelodeon, yeah, okay. Now it all makes sense. I think all these companies should just be broken up, you know? Conglomerates are basically a monopoly. Anti-monopoly laws. Antitrust laws. Those laws would probably be in use if those companies didn't buy lobbyists. You know what's good for the consumer? Competition. You know what giant companies hate? Competition. Yeah, that sounds like Microsoft is doing Microsoft things. If I had more charged ups, I would have been able to finish that guy off, but we're getting into squiggly territory here. A lot of squiggly gaming tonight, just saying. Oh, well, that's what it is. almost didn't get me, which is kind of odd. Damage me from that distance. And then, of course, how did I get damaged from that distance? That's quite the assortment of intellectual properties. Dang, man. Okay. That was unexpected. Yeah, they didn't get that person. They're not taking down the carrier. That changes jumping tactics. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I got the carrier over there. If we just are able to get that. Threw those out way too early. And got the lead. Now we'll jump in. That's alright. Blade of Grass. Ah, I get it. Mind-blowing Blade of Grass. Yeah. I was wondering how long it was going to take him to get down there and chase me. They renegotiate, or it's an Xbox console exclusive. Yeah, they're going to be forced to renegotiate. Okay, all we have to do is keep them from picking that back up. Yep. Nice. Not enough time for that to respawn and recollect it. Their carrier there at the end kind of got a little bit hasty. It's like if you're getting close to the end of the match, then you basically have close to like 60 seconds to get that done. You have until that timer runs out, so you don't have to rush ahead. Look at your map, assess the situation, see who's alive or not. Ain't always easy though. When you're in the heat of the moment, you're gonna miss out on some things. All right, one more match. Keep team. The KD ratio wasn't the greatest, but KD ratio ain't always going to win you the game. If you get the Ks that matter in the moments that matter, like pivotal, timely, situational Ks are better than just generic Ks. Don't just make plays that win you the game. Oh, one of these days I'm gonna have to actually play Apex again. It's been a while. Now that the game seems to be kind of sort of fixed. Anyway, speaking of renegotiation, there's no way that a company that's owned by Microsoft would say, hey Microsoft, you can't force us to be console exclusive. This brand takes too much money to make and requires too many sales for there to not be like some sort of renegotiation, a negotiation to get COD back on be multi-platform. No, what is console exclusives? Oh, we got disconnect. Hate when that happens. They're doing with console exclusives. Interesting. Didn't... That's a new one. Okay, I'm about to say, Nintendo, you better not. You better not give me a loss for that, Nintendo, I swear to gosh. I can't believe Nintendo almost just tried to give me that disconnect message after there was already just a... It's like, oh, we're telling you that there's a disconnect in your match. By the way, a disconnection error occurred. Yeah, we know, Nintendo. Don't you dare punish me for a disconnect that you caused that was by someone else who, for whatever happened for whatever reason. Oh, Nintendo netcode is so bad. I tell you, this drink was so good. I want to have another one, but I'm like, I should wait to hold off, savor that coconut flavor. So good though, man. Alright, let's grab some water. I'm gonna grab some hydration sauce. Grab an extra beverage for the night. We've only got about roughly an hour left, so of course, when you're having fun, time's gonna go fast. Especially when you're only doing like 2 hours. I absolutely think, therefore I am. Thank you, Descartes. I think I'm going to save those coconut drinks for the next weekend. And we got that wonderful Splatfest going on. Coconut flavored drink during the Spring Fest? That makes sense to me. Kinda, sorta. But I wonder how that would work, doing it with console exclusives. That might almost, like, help them, like, the gaming favor? It's so weird. It could help them garner more sales on IPs of their own. They're like, hey, we have this IP, but we believe this IP will grant us more money if we don't let it be a console exclusive. One such example being Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct is a well-beloved fighting game intellectual property, but it was console exclusive. And they might be feeling that, let's say, for example, an IP like Killer Instinct might require being multi-platform to generate them the most money. So there could be some benefit from it in that kind of a regard. though I don't have many other ideas or other games I could probably use as an example to loop that. But I think that one's a pretty good one on the onset. Dude, am I into fighting games? Am I into fighting? Ooh, brain. Anyone else out there? Hey, Violet. Hey, Violet, who I helped get into Guilty Gear and got you a whole thing of Guilty Gear. you wanna tell Red Computer here how into fighting games I am? Yeah, man, dude, I love the fighting games. They are my favorite thing. You'll see that I have a good number of fighting game streams. I've had them more recently. I've done a few far between from time to time, but I'm always trying to play, like, maybe 2 different fighting games per fighting game stream. I'm not usually sticking to just one fighting game. I'm playing nearly all of them. The only one I haven't really played that's out is Tekken 8. Yeah, so there's that. Brain's more an FPS kind of guy. Like, I'm a fighting game kind of guy. Been playing it all. Street Fighter 6, Grand Blue, Fantasy vs. Rising, King of Fighters 15. I'll be playing Garou Mark of the Wolves. Oh, I'm sorry, not Mark of the Wolves, City of the Wolves. Garou. Actually, I think they're just calling it Fatal Fury City of the Wolves when that comes out. I played through some Melty Blood and Under Night In-Birth and Blaze Blue. I know, Blaze Blue, women. I think I still played some Ultra Street Fighter 2 the other night, which was a surprise, but that went very well, all things considered. Not get through there. So Tekken 8 is getting blasted by core players. I mean, yeah, as they say, the honeymoon period is kind of over. And I want to say Street Fighter 6 did better outlasting its honeymoon period than Tekken 8 kind of has, but Tekken 8's been suffering from problems more so from its DLC or, its microtransactions and Battle Pass stuff, which Street Fighter itself has also been suffering from, mind you. Got him. Oh, he killed me, but you kind of forgot to prevent the team from winning the game. You got me, but my team has won the game. But yeah, Tekken 8 has been getting blasted a bit. People are starting to feel like, I guess. Well, there is a recent update that made things behave a little bit wonky, and I don't know if they've patched that out yet. But due to the rage arts and certain attacks, someone was pointing out, like, this dude was literally doing nothing but doing this, like, same, like, dashing, like, jumping knee attack. And he was doing, like, nothing but that and, like, getting wins and kind of, bullying other players. And this dude was a top line, like, one of the best players, and he's just doing this shenanigan. And he's like, hey, Harada, Bamco, and Namco, can you kind of fix this? Because this is all I'm doing. He literally spent the whole match doing nothing but the same thing, and it still won him the match. And he was doing it consistently. It's like, and he's doing it at this high level. Like, maybe Tekken 8 does need some. Maybe I'm glad I haven't kind of hopped into Tekken yet, but I don't know. But people were saying, like, maybe, because people were like, oh, Tekken 7 sucks, it's not Tekken 6. And now people are like, Tekken 8 sucks, it's not Tekken 7. And so I still think Tekken's going to need a little bit more time to get itself resolved. But it's not as bad as Mortal Kombat 1 has gone. Mortal Kombat 1 was like, steep cliff. Tekken 8 is a slower descent down in terms of complaints and things going wrong or wonky, so bit different there. but it kind of has been a solid downward trend for Tekken right now. But I still think overall it's probably been holding water for the most part. But yeah, maybe taking on some water too. And let me minimize this. I can tell you a bit more about and these are just the games I have loaded on here on my computer. There's Street Fighter 6, the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter, the Capcom Fighting Collection, King of Fighters 15, King of Fighters 2002, King of Fighters 98, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, because I want to get that community pack and play the modded versions of the game. That has expanded character roster. Guilty Gear Strive, Guilty Gear X2 Accent Core Plus R, the BlazBlue, Central Fiction, Melted Blood, Grand Blue, and Under Night In-Birth. That is 13 games just sitting here on my 13 fighting games just sitting here on my desktop, plus Fightcade, which is all about playing certain older games with rollback netcode, like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Ooh, yeah. Teammate got him. That would make it almost 14 games now, plus other ones. I bought a such and such edition of King of Fighters 14. I bought Under Night in the past. I had bought that twice over per edition that came out. I still have an unopened edition here of Under Night In-Birth 1, the latest one. It was I think that was the CLR. But yeah, dude, I love my fighting games. I'm trying to think, is there any fighting game I don't have right now that I'm man, I need to be having that. Now, I've not played as much Smash Brothers. Is it a fighting game? Kinda, sorta, yes. Is it a different style fighting game? Also kinda, sorta, yes. But I would play me some Smash Brothers. It's been a while for that. Top Smash Brothers I would play. Smash 1, Brawl, and Ultimate would be my go-tos. Nintendo almost hates competitive anything. Nintendo does dislike competition almost. And that might be in part due to the very restrictive, anti-gambling laws in Japan. Even fighting game competitions in Japan and, winnings for fighting game competitions are small and hard to claim and all this kind of stuff because there's just such stupidly strong, anti-gambling laws out there. Thankfully, the fighting game scene is still as big as it is out there in Japan, but yeah. That could be the case. It could very well be like that, but then at that point you're kind of you're bumping into the whole we made the game, you should be playing it how we want you to play it. This game isn't at that point you're almost kind of fighting against your consumer base. And if word gets out about that, Nintendo proves themselves to be against their own player consumer base, that's gonna hurt them in sales elsewhere because people can spread the word and all that kind of stuff. So if they are like that, it's a very bad look, very bad decision for them, no doubt. But yeah, man, that is a path they could take. It would not be a good one. Yeah, I don't think it was worth jumping in. They had the Rainmaker. Oh, it's up to us to... I didn't realize they pushed in that far. Whoops. When did that happen? We didn't have the lead the whole time? Ah, oh well. Oh yeah, that's so dumb. Oh, the lack of rollback netcode mods. Nintendo, they really shot themselves in the foot with that one. Speaking of, Tekken's kind of doing the same thing where Bamco, why the netcode controversy? It's really hard to say why. No one really knows why Nintendo does the things that they do. But what did happen is that people were basically... Smash World Tour... Oh my gosh, yeah, you're... There really should be no controversy over the netcode, because netcode is the best way to conduct online gaming, especially for fighting games. The rollback style netcode is something that's now been like kind of engineered and introduced to Melee competitive scene. People were finding out ways to be able to play like, you know, rollback netcode on Melee, which was, you know, doing wonders for the scene. And Nintendo's just like, you know, they just dropped the cease and desist on this tournament because they're like, oh, your thing runs this software that's kind of ancillary, it's third party, it's external, it's third party. So yeah, basically because it kind of modifies the game, so it just all it does is it adds rollback netcode. You're playing a modified version of the game, so therefore cease and desist. And the controversy wasn't about the code being, like, the netcode being a rollback and it being used. The controversy was about Nintendo shooting themselves in the foot by basically aggressing and harming their loyal fan base. Like, people have been keeping the competitive scene of this game alive for 20 years. 20 years they're keeping your brand name alive, and you're going to tell them to cease and desist. Like, it got so bad that the Splatoon player base actually... Get this here, Computadora Red. Get this here, Red. The Splatoon community, in the middle of one of their own tournaments, being hosted by Nintendo, being televised, people actually started changing their usernames and their team names into Free Melee as a sort of like protest against Nintendo for putting a stop to a big online tournament for Melee. They're like, Free Melee, Free Melee. So the words Free Melee were everywhere all over the Splatoon tournament. So Nintendo kind of just shut down the stream mid-tournament, and they're like, yeah, no televising for it. They then canceled because I think this all happened on Saturday. They then tried to cancel the top 8 streams for Sunday for the Splatoon tournament, but the community said, no, F you, Nintendo. And they set up they figured out, all right, Nintendo cut all the stuff down, so the tournament was basically delayed by an hour and a half, and they're like, hey guys, we're figuring out a new person to, like, a new channel to be streaming this under, you know, we're gonna continue streaming, we just gotta reset everything up to conduct the stream. And people waited it out, and then the Splatoon tournament was continued against Nintendo's streaming wishes. They're like, Nintendo's like, no, you got to keep this moving. They're like, no, we're gonna stream this. So the community then, like I said, stopped and got it streaming after a little bit of time. And that was that. So Nintendo basically received like the biggest middle finger ever, not only from their Smash community, but also their Splatoon community. Like, Nintendo, in essence, in a single weekend, got themselves to be the most hated gaming company from their own player base. Yeah, I remember hearing about that too with the whole Panda thing, yeah. And you wonder if they're afraid that it will scare away their main market if they become competitive? No, that would only probably invite in their market. That would probably invite in more market. In fact, their competitive scene has only ever been growing despite Nintendo's efforts. So I don't think they would even lose out on sales. Because they still have advocates that are like, hey, Nintendo's still a company and they still have to, and they, they still have to do this or that, and people are like, yeah, you're right. Because even competitors can are like, hey, like, yeah, they're still a company that's trying to earn money and all that kind of stuff. But all their decisions, all Nintendo's decisions were not helping them make money in the slice or protect anything. So, yeah, Braden basically summed it up best. Nintendo makes good games, but anything outside of that game is just scummy AF. I lost track of it. Did we actually run out of time, or did somebody sneak up there and got it? Oh, someone snuck up there? Wow, I'm surprised. How'd they even sneak up there? There was like... Oh, well, it doesn't matter. But yeah, Nintendo's always had very bad, like, consumer practices. They've always kind of been accidentally anti-consumer. Honestly, I don't think Nintendo's trying to prevent their main, quote, their casual, their everyday person market. I don't think they're afraid that their everyday person market is going to disappear if things become, quote, competitive, because Nintendo still holds competitions anyways. They still have those Mario Kart competitions. They still have some Splatoon competitions, because Nintendo's not afraid to hold Splatoon competitions in Japan. They just don't host nearly anything worldwide, but they'll host plenty of Japan stuff. Don't get them wrong, Heck, I think Nintendo's even been trying to build up like an elementary school or even a high school competitive scene for Splatoon, of all things, So, Nintendo's a bit backwards. I've said it before in the stream, I'll say it again, Nintendo's kind of xenophobic. In some of their regards and actions practices, even if just accidentally so. But for the most part, I think Nintendo, they are... Oh, I just had the phrase. I had a really good one. I just forgot it. Nintendo's always been ass backwards when it comes to technology. But I want to say Nintendo's also really afraid of lawsuits. Nintendo has always been extremely leery that something in some way, some form, somehow is going to come back and like haunt them and get them in like legal trouble for whatever reason. They're almost way too overly protective. They're very Japanese style conservative to a point of literally shooting themselves in the foot with all these cease and desists. So I think it's more of an issue of just like there's a certain mentality issue, not so much like, oh, we're going to scare away certain customer base or anything. They're literally trying to cover their own butts. Which is odd because Nintendo has some really dumb shareholders. Their shareholders are so bad. My gosh. I'm going to get better servers for online hit than ever. They updated their netcode, and it still didn't matter. In fact, Capcom has used a Nintendo netcode better than Nintendo has. At least as far as Monster Hunter. So, yeah, there's a lot of issue when it comes to Nintendo stuff, but hopefully they can find a good path forward or something. One would hope. One would hope. I'm gonna render this fit here, and you know what? Let's play this one. Even though it's Rainmaker, let's play this. Yeah, oh well. Every rose has its thorn, right? Can you imagine how dominant of a company Nintendo would be if they had their mental capacity together to have like good tournaments, have good production values, and actually support tournaments and support this competitive scene. You know, their own Japanese laws, you know, concerned or not. If they could just get their stuff together and just do things, like if Nintendo's all about having fun for the sake of having fun, then competition should be a little bit more of that alley for them. Man, but they'd be running the world if it weren't for that. So maybe, just maybe, their own deficiencies in being able to host competition and multiplayer stuff is kind of a blessing in disguise. Because it shows and allows other people to get the job done. Did you just see the delay on that curling bomb? It was painting before the curling bomb even got there. Wow, I have never seen that before. I didn't think I'm because of someone playing something modded. Crazy, man. Yeah, they can wait. I mean, let's face it, music streaming is just something that's a bit too complicated for old grandpa Nintendo. I just didn't land that shot over there. Still got somebody else though. That person got oofed the second time. It's like, let me keep this person pinned down. The drawbridge going up actually saved them. How about that? Yeah, it was matter time. What else in that one? Oh, they're going for this side again. Uh-oh. Ouch. Well, hope you guys covered your ears, covered your eyes. I didn't actually think I'd be hit by that, but... Yeah, that gosh darn splatter screen. The visual effect is much better than it used to be, but they didn't change the sound. And the sound needs to be changed. Someone's using the Splatoon 2. Like main gear. Good on that. I think something maybe cut out or something? Were you there, Brayden? That was Power World. What do you mean by, like, people talk about Helldivers of Power World more this? I'm just missing a little bit of context there, unless there's some sort of typo or message that didn't come through. But I mean, those games were pretty decent. Yeah, they were talking about a good amount, real quick, real short time. But I don't know if you've heard them talk about like more as like games this year. Both of them seem to have kind of been like flavors of the month kind of games. So everyone was really big on them for a hot second, and now all of a sudden they're like gone, and I don't really hear them being talked about as much. But I mean, a flash in the pan flavor of the month kind of game is still a good thing, you know? It's still a good thing to have or to be. Nothing wrong with it. People are just like, oh, it's just a flavor of the month game. Like, so that means that game was good enough to become worthy for a whole month. Even if people are kind of fickle and it's only gonna last a month. Pizza Tower lasted like a couple months, honestly. I kept seeing them like, I want to know more about this game. So I finally got around to like, streaming it. Yeah, this definitely lifestyle as far as I'd like. That's a shame. Pour out this doppelbock. Pouring out for the homies. Cheers. Let's say finally that person gets taken down. Person took 2 shots of arrow and an explosion. Like, you're down. Just be down already. Paintbrush? Oh, no. Alright. No, they still have like they still have a strong fan base, but they just don't have like that like giant spike bump of player usage, right? Dude, one random wayward shot killed me. Are you kidding me? Oh my... Hey, Lacey, how you doing? That reminds me, I have this one window minimized for whatever reason. How's it going for you here at 6:45 in the morning? Just woke up? Oh, fair enough. I hope it was a good sleep. I hope it was a good long one, too. And there's a few people around here that deserve a nice long sleep. You're one of them, no doubt. Your sleep might be poorly offset due to a nap. I hear you. Got about 5 hours. I hear you. That's usual for me too. Only 5, huh? Well, hey, you know what? That's 5 more than 0, so that's pretty good. It's a good start. Good start. New medication? Cool, cool. So that will make you high. Well, alright, here's hoping then. Darn, no more funny episodes of Lacey saying funny stuff that I never got to hear. You don't have to go out of your way for it. I don't need to hear it, but I'm just saying that for the point of making a joke. It's like we're losing out on Loopy Lacey. Loopy Lacey! She says the funny things. We think they're quite funny. Very funny. She's funny without it, but she's even funnier with it. Lacey, good person. But hey, as long as you get to feel normal, that's more important, so. Question though, do you still have to go pick up the stuff today, or do you already have it? You already have it with you. Speaking of picking up stuff, I ordered a new backpack because the zipper on mine was breaking very badly, very poorly, very bad. But like that backpack lasted me over almost 15 years. So get a new backpack. It's gonna be here on Monday, and to get the free shipping because it's from Amazon. Boo, Amazon! But still ordered from them. I ordered a 12-pack of G Fuel Mega Man flavored stuff. So that'll arrive on Monday too. Yeah. So you picked it up yesterday? Nice. Good on that. The only reason I asked is I was like, do you have yet to get it because you're starting, or did you kind of grab it already? The Mega Man flavor, it's It's titled like Blue Bomber Slushy. So I think it's supposed to be like some sort of like blue raspberry slushy kind of flavor. I'm not sure on the exactness of it, but I know that its official flavor title is like Blue Bomber Slushy. It's like Mega Man flavored, so it tastes like different metals, like cobalt and like tastes like zeronium. No breakfast for you? Oh man. That's unfortunate. Can't even have a breakfast because eating right after you wake up makes you feel like your body has to get. So your body basically has to get awake and situated and prepared to eat food so it can even eat. Like you can't just be like wake up and be like I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. Just thought after the fact anyways. Man, that's funny. No, let's not jump. He's being chased down. Glad I didn't jump! If you don't mind me asking then, Lacey, how long does it actually take you to, like, be able to eat a first meal for the day? Really? You wake up your Have you tried spacing that out? Like you're like, okay, maybe try 1 hour after I wake up, this hour, like okay, at 8, 9, 10. You know it doesn't have lunch. Man, my condolences. Jeez. I got the slam in. Used to now? Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Makes sense you would be. Like, you've been dealing with that for however long. So, for you, it's like, for you, it was Tuesday. I guess when you just have to do that and you have to live that way. Like for me, the idea, the thought makes me go, whoa, culture shock. Like, well, not even culture shock, but it's like still just shock and like, whoa, it's crazy. But I guess if I had to live that way, that wouldn't be the case. You know, I wouldn't find it odd or anything. But heck, to show you today, I woke up, I had to go take care of some things. I was walking around, but I got it all taken care of. And I picked up a smoothie. And that was like my first meal for the day. This like amazing smoothie at the Tropical Cafe. And I was like, it was pretty good, but over the course of time, it wasn't enough. And slowly but surely, an appetite was kicking in. And I'm like, okay, if I don't eat an actual solid food, I will probably pass out due to blood sugar. So I'm like, I have to go pick up an actual solid food source because this delicious and very nutritious smoothie is not gonna like keep it under wraps, unfortunately. That did not destroy. A whole liter of chocolate. Yeah, I guess that'll do it. That's called constipation. But I bet the milk was so delicious. Dude, milk's my favorite thing in the whole world. I can tell you how much milk I had as in my younger days. Now I can only have the milk if it's either like almond, soy, or organic cow milk. It has to be organic cow milk. It can't be any other non-organic cow milk. Or else my body's like, nope. But if it's organic, dude, it's the best stuff on earth. We finally got the lead. A whole liter of chocolate milk. Dude, I have a Stein. I have a Stein mug over in my kitchen, and that thing's a whole liter, and I'm like thinking, a whole liter of milk. Okay, that's a lot nowadays. Probably about as much as I would have dated back in the day, but I'm like, depending when you had that, if you had that at I have to say that the milk distaste is very common for your generation. I know 4 or 5 people who dislike, you know, quote, normal milk. Not that I think everyone who dislikes it like that has ARFID, but hey, is what it is. Is what it is. Haven't drank milk in years, man. What's been going on that makes most younger people not enjoy milk? Huh? Is it a genetic thing? Is it like, is it nature? Is it nurture? What's going on there? Because man, you couldn't separate me from milk if you tried. Like I like the normal regular milk, but dude, you give me some chocolate milk, strawberry milk, caramel. You take milk with any flavor, and it's still really good. But I'll take the regular milk too. British semi-skimmed milk. Maybe that might have something to do with it. I can't even begin to tell you how many times in the past it's like you'd warm up a glass of milk and then you put the Hershey's like chocolate syrup in a bit and stir it up. So good. I think I still have a bit of Cadbury powdered. Yes, it's actually the Cadbury powdered chocolate milk stuff that's imported from the UK. So right up your alley there, Lacey. I still have some of that. I need to use some of that. I use that every now and again, just so I haven't overdone it. But I'm like, grab that. You gonna play Splatoon 1? What, get on that Pretendo network? Yeah, I can't believe it's actually like Cadbury powdered stuff. And the professor got that for me. He picked that up for me out at Erie. So there's a store up in Erie, Pennsylvania that actually imports things like that, maybe from other places. They got the true, actually imported from UK Cadbury chocolate powder for milk. Interesting note here about Cadbury is that they actually license Hershey. Hershey makes Cadbury bars out here, and they make it in the actual recipe. The recipe. They make that there in the recipe. They're making that recipe of Cadbury. Galaxy chocolate. I'd give it a try. You want to tell me twice to try a tasty sweets treat? Oh, dude, nice. trying to avoid that, but it's okay. Smooth caramel galaxy chocolate. All right, I'll try to go to a few places I know. Oh, that one place in Dormont might have it. Cause that's a good. Oh, Rocket Fizz probably wouldn't have it, but that one candy place in Dormont seems to specialize. So they might have something. I'll check in with them. So yeah. I'll try and look for that. I can pick up some more toxic wastes. Someone else I know's favorite sour candy. Oh lord, no, what? Because of the toxic waste? Hey, atomic warheads? Red Computer knows what I'm talking about here. Atomic warheads? Whoo, man, so tasty. Honestly, I can't. It's hard to say which one's better between warheads and toxic waste. There's a lot. There's plenty similar between them, but also plenty different too. Sorry. Like them in our youth? Yeah. The funny part of those things, I'm like, I got a feeling Red doesn't like them anymore. But they were very good back in the day, yeah. I still like them, so... Toon still really likes them. Oh, dude, Red, get this. I can't remember which brand of beer it was, but they made a sour beer flavor that was based on the Warhead flavors. Can you believe that? I hope they bring that back, because that was pretty cool. I'll look up and I see, really? And even Braden's like, Warhead flavored beer? Yeah, I tried to sip of one. It was pretty tasty. Like the flavors, it wasn't as sour as Warheads actually are. So it wasn't as sour as the candies, but it had the flavors. They were tasty beers. They weren't as bad as like a preconceived notion might be. Splat the PowerPoints. Ha! That Pokemon can you only use struggle from here on out. Alright, we might have time for one or two more matches. Artisanal Brewworks. Yep, that was it. That was it. You really can't think of something like that exists. Yeah, definitely. Some things out there are very surprising. You don't understand how people like beer? It's real give and take. Some people like it for flavors. Other people like it for like the feeling you get after having some alcohol. So those are the two main ways about understanding or enjoying it. I think most people are unfortunately Nintendo. Wow. Oh my goodness. Have been updated. Oh, you think? Uh-oh. Yeah, his brain's like, software update. Could be. Let me check. Let me check. Let's see what's up here. I doubt that's the case, but yeah, it's definitely not normal. Maybe Nintendo stuff just went down. Isn't the screen in ages? Yeah, it's been does rarely get used. You know, software update, hardware updates. Nope, none of those. All right, we closed on the game, even though I'm not staying on for much longer. The cardboard cutout that is Toon's arm is falling off. That's basically what's going on there. Oh, dude. I just think the entirety of Splatoon 3 is down right now. Huh. Yeah, check yours. Let me know if anything comes up. I don't think it's server maintenance. But their servers definitely do seem to be down. So if it doesn't connect right now, then I think their servers are just down. I might just look into I'll look into that server error number too. But I guess since they're down right now, and who knows what's up and how long it'll be. Good sign to end anyways. I was gonna be ending close to this time. I was gonna try and go like 2 more matches, but it is whatever it is there. Since you two seem to be checking into it, let me know what you find. I'll wait around for a moment, but down for you too, huh? Because I see that big old wow there. Yours down. Okay, so Nintendo server issue. Discord DM layer. Okay, sure, no problem. But yeah, Lacey bumped into an issue, so it seems like it's definitely got to be a server issue then. Hangout streams. I haven't done a Hangout stream forever. Every once in a while, I'm just like, I need to do a Hangout stream, and I'm like, get around to it. But right. Alright, so let's see where we were just before ending. Just make sure I got all chat stuff down. Whenever you go visit your aunt, you always go to some brewery. Well, a lot of those breweries can have some very tasty foods. Those kind of foods are typically very upscaled, very like high class. So they end up being costlier, but they're very delicious. Their food usually does cost an arm and a leg, but it's very delicious. At a brewery. And like you're saying, you don't understand how people like it. Sometimes some flavors, some things are an acquired taste. Some of it's like you just kind of try it, and hey, whatever you try, if you ever try anything there, always drink for flavor. Don't drink for the effect. Don't drink yourself stupid. Just enjoy a flavor or two and just mellow for the night. That's all you need, okay? Heed my advice on that. There's not enough time left for me to go into a big story about someone who gave himself amnesia because of things, but I've advocated for that before. Drink for flavor. Drink for flavor, not for drunkenness. Like I drink a coconut stout. Like a chocolatey coconut flavor? What's not delightful about that? Anyways. Testing the Smash Online. Maybe it's just Splatoon servers that are down then. Alright, with that, thank you guys for hopping on in. Shout out there to you, Red, for stopping on by. I didn't expect you to see you right away, but I hope to view a bit of your stream whenever you get stuff done on Sunday. I don't know if your videos were meant to have audio, the 2 that you posted. You were supposed to be talking during that. Well, I hope you find that out, figure that out, and if you don't, hey, run some test streams, and maybe I can stop on by and help you figure that out if need be. Lacey, Braden, I hope both of you go have a nice, wonderful... Braden, go get some great rest when you do. Lacey, go have a fantastic day for the up-and-coming. It's like, wait, what happened? Well, a lot happened, but we'll chat about it later. How's that about that? And just talking about any audio stuff for you. We'll chat about it later there. And then anyone else who stopped by, never lurked, you lurked eternally. Hey, go have a good one. Anyone catch this on replay? You do you. Go have a great one. So I'll see you at least on Friday for some Mega Man Battle Network 3 Blue version. Probably nothing else on Saturday or Sunday. Would it maybe be Sunday? But I'm thinking I'm just keeping the weekend here to myself because, hey, I'm doing a long stream on Tuesday for Magic as much as I can. So take care. Have a great one. Stay hydrated. And I thank you as always for tuning in. And I hope to see you again real soon. Wheel.